back at Dolph Stanley Court here on the campus of Taylorville High School. Jay Harden along with Joe Ryan as we get set to bring you the action between Lincoln and Taylorville. Here are the starters for the home team Taylorville Tornadoes. It'll be Luke Markwell, Dylan Brown and Will Bischnauer, Cameron Heimness, and Bryce Friedrich. And Lincoln goes with their usual starting lineup of Aiden Gowan, Elijah Polis, Tyler Saucy, Jake Biven, and Peyton Cook. Joe, I'll tell you what, Jake Biven has really evolved into a crowd favorite there in Lincoln. Kid hustles and just shows a lot of toughness out there on the floor.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, he gets that toughness from that soccer program. He's all over it. He's all over the place, and he's turned into a very good basketball player, that's for sure. Kind of a surprise, wouldn't you say? I mean, just
we've since he's been able to step out and shoot the three-point shot, which we have not seen.
And we know that if Lincoln's going to go somewhere, we're going to have a couple of those three-point guys like we always have. And they'll come into it a little bit. They'll start hitting the threes, and maybe we'll get that 86 on that scoreboard.
I believe the kid that just absolutely ate us up last year from Taylorville, Jace Bergschneider, he has graduated, thank goodness. I think he'd been here for about 6 years. You know, you always face that one kid that just absolutely eats your lunch.
Yeah, he's been around 6-7 years. And
Cook and Friedrich. The tip controlled by Taylorville into the Taylorville forward court. Friedrich back to Markwell. Markwell runs the point against Gowan. Gowan, the pressure defense out front. Heimsness to Brown, or excuse me, I take it back, it's Bischnauer. Nice. Inside to Friedrich, and Friedrich gets the first two for Taylorville.
That's a nice little move. They moved it around well, got the ball moving, and found an opening for the layup.
You know, Ryan Brown's one of those coaches that has coached against the 1-2-2 and has come up with some pretty good game plans. Polis, right wing, Saucy on the baseline, looks. Taylorville a man-to-man. Railers running their motion offense. Out front, Polis, Saucy. Thought about the 15-foot in the lane, kick it back out. Gowan thought about the three, faked it. Polis will step on the line, take the three from top of the key. No good. Ball on the floor. Cook trying to run it down in the corner. And a jump ball, I think, called between Cook and Heimness.
Yeah, Paul stepped up. He had the open three. Well, it wasn't a three. He put his foot on the line, but just didn't go down. A little short. Get some more legs in it.
Early in the basketball game, Lincoln down 2-0. 7:05 to go here in the first quarter. Polis inbounds Gowan. Polis looks. Saucy. Gowan, Polis to Biven. Biven looks inside. Cook posting up against Friedrich. Polis going to drive on the baseline. Polis to fake. Didn't get the guy. So across to Brown. Ball stolen away by Lincoln. Polis on the run to Gowan. Gowan looked inside. Polis was wide open in the lane. Couldn't get the ball to him. Polis in the corner. Going to drive in the lane. Looks inside to Cook. Cook works against Friedrich. Back out front, Saucy. Gowan. Gowan, the long three. Up and back of the iron. Rebound, Saucy. Good rebound by Tyler. Up, 15-footer. Up, no good. Back of the board. Saucy gets it again. 10-footer in the lane. Nope, doesn't take it. Back out Polis. Polis, long three.
Oh.
Back of the iron. No, Saucy the rebound again. Polis, Cook baseline.
Polis is feeling it.
And he's going to get fouled by Friedrich. Bryce Friedrich, that's going to be his first foul. Taylorville's first.
Well, a great job by Lincoln. You know, they're staying with the boards and getting it back out. And I think Polis is feeling it again. It was out there. He was a couple feet further out, but he let her fly.
Tyler was going up on those rebound stats. He's padding the rebound stats tonight.
Yep. May as well.
In the corner, Biven.
It's a conference game.
Biven to Polis. Drives. Pulls it back out to Gowan. Gowan, Saucy. Cook baseline. Cook about 18 feet out. Thought about taking it, didn't. Out front, Biven, Polis. Polis inside Cook. Cook, 8-foot turn. Nope, doesn't take the turnaround on the block. Gowan, Saucy out front. Biven.
Good defense by Taylorville.
Yes, there is good defense by Taylor. Biven drew the foul. Friedrich looks for somebody to kick it to. Kicks it to Markwell. To Heimsness. Bischnauer. With the layup, beat the defense inside.
You know, that'll drive Coach Al and Coach Greg nuts if that keeps happening.
That'll be something that'll be talked about when they run through the film.
Or the next time out.
Saucy, Gowan out front, Polis. Saucy out front, Biven. Cook posting up in the lane. Gowan going to drive it baseline. Look to kick it back out. Kicks it way across. Saucy. Saucy, three-pointer up. And good. Tyler Saucy with a Chris Coyne State Farm three.
Nothing but net, and it looks like that's what Taylorville wants. They're going to guard that inside and let Lincoln take the threes.
Looks like they're trying to stop the dribble drive and the penetration. Ball knocked away by Lincoln and recovered by Biven. Biven to Polis. Polis across the timeline. You know, they're almost daring us to take the jumper.
Yes, they are.
Saucy tried to get inside to Cook, knocked away by Heimsness. Heimsness with the layup time coming. Cook got down there, and Cook goes up against Friedrich. Friedrich may have knocked it away. Friedrich misses the bunny. Polis the rebound. Polis, Saucy, and left wing Biven. Biven in front of the Taylorville bench. There goes Biven on the drive. Up and under. Up. No good. Good move by Jake Biven. Heimsness picks up the rebound. Quickly the other way. Tornado, who's in a hurry. In the corner to Brown. Brown out front Heimsness. Markwell. Markwell. Jump stop in the lane. Up and good.
That's a tough shot. I don't know how deep Taylorville's bench, is, but we are all over the place.
Lincoln ahead 8-6. It's 3:05 to go here in quarter number one. Polis calls out the offense to Cook. Cook out front Saucy to Polis. Polis look to Biven. Goes in the corner Gowan. Now cuts through the lane. Biven going to take it in the lane again. Biven throws it up off the board. No good. Ball tipped around. Heimsness quickly the other way. Heimsness. And Bischnauer lays it up. Gowan was all over him, and Bischnauer got the layup.
Yeah, Gowan towered above him. I didn't think he'd get the shot off it. He laid it up and in.
Game tied at 8. 2:28 to go. Gowan in the lane. 15-footer up and no good. Rebound Friedrich, and Friedrich got fouled from behind.
They're going to give that to Gowan or Cook?
I don't know. Let's see. Looks like Cookie got it.
Yeah, Cook's going to get it. He didn't bump him in the back. I tell you what, Taylorville has played a good first quarter. They're on the boards.
And we've got a Top Hat Creamery timeout. That'll make Joe hungry.
I was just going to say.
Anytime is a great time for ice cream. And as I told Josh, not that I need it, but I want it.
Yeah.
So Top Hat Creamery in the Arcade Square across from Gazzardo's, sponsors of our timeout. We're going to send it back to the station for 1 minute. Game tied at 8 as we begin quarter number. Yep. Game tied at 8 as we begin quarter number 2. And
he did a good job of keeping his foot there.
Brown nearly had a backcourt violation. 3 on the way by Bischnauer. Missed, and Cam Nelson in the game for the first time along with Darren Stevens for Lincoln. Saucy takes a seat on the bench. Polis still in the game. Cook still in the game. Gowan still in the game. Biven also on the bench. Polis out front. Cook. Stevens spots up 15-footer. Back of the iron. Hits the top of the board.
Another board.
And Friedrich pulls down the rebound. Good position by Taylorville.
They have rebounded well. I'm going to say that. Taylorville's been in good position to get rebounds today.
Markwell. Heimsness inside Friedrich. Friedrich up and no good. And Cook, I think, is going to get nailed for his second foul.
Yep, that's going to be on Cook. That's maybe a little bit of acting there, but they're still going to get the foul.
Yeah, the Friedrich kid's pretty well put together. And
yes, he is.
While Cookie's stronger, I just don't know that little tap knocked that kid to the floor. I mean,
yeah, he's a big boy. Does it say in here how big he is?
6'3", I think. Doesn't give a weight. I would guess him maybe 185, 190 at least.
6'4". Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he might go 200. First one up and good. Taylorville up 9-8. Second one up and good. Taylorville up 10-8 with a minute and a quarter to go here in the first quarter. Polis quickly into the front court. Against the Taylorville man-to-man. Right side, Gowan. Gowan looks inside. Out front, Klopp in the basketball game. Polis down the lane.
Nice
Spin move. 5-footer up and no good. Up and rolls around, no good. Klopp batted around. Hines just picks it out of there. Quickly ahead.
Well, they're going to run again.
Taylorville pushing the ball. Bischnauer, the long three, up front of the iron, no good. Rebound in the lane, Markwell back out front, Friedrich. Heimsness left wing. 56 seconds to go. Heimsness inside Friedrich. Out front, Brown. Markwell. Heimsness as they work against the Lincoln defense. Gowan with the reach in, no call. In the corner, Brown. Brown spin move. Looks for Bischnauer out front. Trap. And a jump ball called. Possession arrow favors Taylorville. 41-3 to go in the first quarter.
I'm surprised at how much Taylorville's pushing the ball, but it's working.
Heimsness kicks it out front. Bischnauer in the corner. Brown inside Friedrich. Markwell goes down the lane. Another jump stop. Bischnauer in the corner. Kicks it out front. Markwell trapped out front. Referee's got the count on. In the corner, Brown. Brown jump stop in the lane. Friedrich got it inside. Klopp stopped him from going up, and Klopp did a good job there defensively.
Yes, he did. He kept his hands straight up, didn't bring him down, avoided the foul, and got the block.
You could almost see a foul coming there. We didn't get it, Jaden did a heck of a job. Himes is inbounds the ball to Brown. Markwell wasn't ready for that pass, nearly thrown away. 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Taylorville probably going to hold here for the last shot. Markwell, Brown, out front, Heimsness kicks it inside to Brown. Brown throws it up, no good. Could have been a foul called there. Gowan quickly up the floor. He traveled with the basketball. Polis threw up a 70-footer back of the iron. Didn't go in, but it wouldn't have counted anyway.
He threw that from the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was close.
So Taylorville had the ball with 0.6 seconds to go here in quarter number one, ahead 10-8. Bryce Friedrich right now, I believe their leading scorer with 4.
I think they're going to put a couple of...
Yeah, I think they're looking at the clock to see what they've got there. Let's
1.5.
1.5. So that'll change maybe what they do on an inbounds play. Heimsness will inbound the basketball right in front of the Taylorville radio guys. Gets it in. Bischnauer, 3 on the way up, and that's no good. So we end the first quarter with Taylorville up 10-8 here from Dolph Stanley Court. We're going to send it back to the station for a 1-minute timeout and be back with quarter number 2. At Taylorville High School, where they lead 10-8 over Lincoln in this Apollo Conference contest. She's getting ready to start period number 2. Joe, we talked about Peyton Cook and not getting into foul trouble, and doggone it if he didn't get fouled in the first quarter.
We probably murphed him. He's got 2 in the first quarter now.
Polis the basketball. Quickly ahead, Gowan. Gowan goes inside.
Good fake.
Good fake by Klopp. Couldn't get to Bunny home. Bivin the rebound. Bivin's going to go up strong and got it to go.
Bivin big board and right back up and in, and that's what he's been doing this year.
Taylorville does a pretty good job of breaking the press. Gets it to Friedrich. Bischnauer grinds it in front of the Lincoln bench.
He may have been out of bounds on that.
Taylorville up 13-10. If I remember right, he shot it well against us last year, too.
That was a bomb.
Gowan out front. Bivin looked to take it inside. Stevens, Polis the basketball. Gowan, Stevens. Klopp in the corner. Klopp looks for somebody, looks for the cutter inside. Polis out front, Stevens. Boy, are they guarding Bivin. Luke Markwell is all over Jake Bivin. He's right in his jersey.
Two pretty good athletes right there.
Stevens back out front, Polis. Polis, 15-footer, up, rounded out, no good. Rebound, Friedrich.
They go again.
Bischnauer, the long three again, drained it again.
We're going to get a timeout now. I was going to say. You knew when that went down, Neil was calling a timeout. Wow, they're getting up and down the court.
I'll tell you, 30-second timeout, Top Hat Creamery timeout. Let's keep it right here. You know, the look he had on his face, I don't think I would have gone over to the bench.
He wasn't looking for ice cream from Top Hat.
No, he wasn't looking for No, he wasn't looking for that.
No, he's looking for somebody to want to know where are you and why aren't you back here?
I think I would have fainted or at least faked it at that point in time.
Well, obviously I haven't seen a Taylorville game, but I just didn't expect them to be this aggressive getting up and down the court. And maybe they have been.
I don't know either. I mean, you know, as I said, they lost by 18 last night to Charleston. Charleston's improved this year, but I wouldn't have expected this either. I mean, they've been able, basically, they've kept us off the boards. Kept us basically off the boards. And
probably the big difference.
They've denied us the dribble and the drives and everything.
They've played an excellent first quarter.
And when they've gotten the rebound, they've flown somebody down the court. Paul has picked up his dribble out front in a little bit of trouble. Threw it to Stevens, through his hands and out of bounds right near us. Taylorville up 16-10, 6:37 to go in quarter number 2. Himes is in the backcourt. And again, the cross-court passes, breaking the Lincoln pressure. Out front, Markwell. Markwell to Brown. Brown, Bischnauer. Got to watch him. He's drained 2 long threes. Bischnauer, Heimsness inside Friedrich. Good defense, good hands by Lincoln. And Klopp picks it out of there.
Couldn't tell who knocked it away, but good defense by Lincoln. Had their hands in there.
Polis to Stevens. Lincoln in the motion against the man-to-man. Out front, Gowan. Gowan looks for the cutter and through the hands of Bivin and out of bounds.
It was the right play. They just got confused in there with the ball. I don't know who it went off of, but it's going to be Taylorville ball.
One of the few back cuts we've gotten this season and just couldn't hang on to it. Doggone it. Heimsness will inbound the basketball underneath the Lincoln basket. Gets it into Brown. Brown cross-court, Markwell. Markwell, Brown, still in the backcourt. Now ahead to Markwell. He's over the timeline. Markwell.
They haven't let the press bother him too much.
Bischnauer, Brown. Inside Friedrich, knocked away again. Good defense, interior defense by the Rail Splitters. We're causing.
Yes, we do.
Polis, Stevens, Gowan, Polis, corner Stevens back out front. Bivin, and Bivin nearly traveled with the basketball. Gowan, Stevens in the corner, Klopp back out front, Polis. Gowan going to look to take his man down the lane. He does. Aiden Gowan, 5-footer, up and good. Aiden Gowan with his first points of the basketball game. Lincoln, and a good steal by Bivin. Bivin's going to take it home. Jake. 5-footer, up and good.
Got it.
Brown tried to draw the charge, couldn't get the call. 16-14, the Taylorville lead.
Biv did a good job of using that glass. Go off the corner of that glass, not mess around with the rim. Let's just put it down.
Heimsness to Friedrich. Ball knocked away again. Ball on the floor. Gowan dives for it. Well, there's a lot of diving. Everybody's all over the floor. And Lincoln comes out with it. Stevens comes out with it thanks to Jake Bivin. Polis the basketball quickly in the front court. Stevens, Gowan to Polis. Stevens. Ball almost stolen away, and it went through Gowan's hands and out of bounds.
I think Gowan looked up. He had some interference there and went off his hand and out of bounds. Exciting basketball game.
Yes, it is. Game. Drew Hayes in the basketball game for Lincoln. Drew with an impressive performance the other night. Tyler Saucy back in the basketball game for Lincoln.
Drew Hayes. Let's go, Drew. Yeah.
Big game against Mattoon. In the backcourt, Brown ahead to Markwell. Markwell nearly went over the backcourt line and threw the ball away, trying to get it to Bischnauer, and they're going to say Lincoln touched it. I don't know. That was right in front of us. Didn't look like the Lincoln kid hit it. I don't know about that.
Hold on. They say they're going to talk about it. Drew Hayes' dad, Andy, they say he's a good basketball player in his day. He tells me he was.
Well, people tell you a lot of things, too. Markwell to Brown. Brown, Bischnauer. Bischnauer, Heimsness. Friedrich.
Good drive.
What a muscle move. Doesn't get the basket. Good defense inside by Hayes. Lincoln down 16-14. Just under 4 minutes to go in a half. Biven. Gowan in the corner. Saucy. Taylorville still with that tough man-to-man defense. Every cutter has got somebody right in his jersey. Biven, spin move in the lane, tries to draw the contact.
Nice
Five-footer up and good by Jake Biven. What a tough shot that was.
And he's fighting and moving and grooving and turning around using that glass. Nice job.
Jaden Conway in the basketball game for Lincoln. Friedrich in the corner. Bischnauer long three.
Holy cow, he hit that one.
3 threes for Will Bischnauer. Wow.
And he wears number 3. He means it.
He's got 11, and he's their leading scorer of the basketball game. Polis out front, Biven. Biven, Polis. Elijah kicks it out front, Conway. Conway, Saucy, Polis. Polis thought about the 3, picks it up, gives it to Biven. Biven, 15-footer, up and
nice
good. Nothing but the net. Jake
tough shot,
Biven,
too.
with 8 on the evening. He's Lincoln's leading scorer. Lincoln down 19-18. Here comes Markwell in a hurry. Got in the lane, got in trouble. Kicks it back out front, Bischnauer. Friedrich, there's Bischnauer again in the corner. Up, no good. That's the first one he's missed. Bischnauer misses the 3. Polis picks it out of there, Conway. Conway to Saucy. Saucy, Biven. Biven. In the corner, Hayes. Conway to Saucy. Polis. Conway. Corner. Saucy, and ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Lincoln basketball. And a timeout on the court. Officials timeout on the court. Let's go ahead and send it back to the station for a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in just a moment with the remainder of quarter number 2. Lincoln down 19-18 with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Joe, a fast-paced first half so far. Not a lot of scoring, but a fast-paced first half.
Well, they are getting up and down the court, and that's we were talking off air about it. I don't know how deep Taylorville's bench is. Lincoln can go 8 kids and play steady ball. I don't know how deep the Taylorville bench is, but those kids are got to be getting worn out.
If you're Taylorville coach Ryan Brown, you got to be proud of your team's defense in the first half. Every time a Lincoln kid goes in the lane, there's somebody right in his jersey all the time.
I don't know. Lincoln's had an easy bucket tonight.
No, it's been very physical out there. So we haven't gotten those easy drives, those easy buckets, easy looks at the basket. They're almost daring us to shoot the jump shot from the outside. In the corner, Biven. Biven goes inside Hayes. Ball knocked away from him by Friedrich. Polis picks it up. Saucy going to take the 3. Chris Coyne, State Farm three-pointer for Tyler Saucy. And Lincoln up 21-19.
That's a big bucket. We needed that. Kind of maybe put us over the hump.
Brown in the backcourt ahead to Heimsness to Friedrich. Friedrich. Bischnauer again. No, air ball. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Luke Markwell. It's going to go over to Lincoln.
Well, he's feeling it. His coach probably told him to keep shooting it. And
wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Yeah. He's had some pretty shots tonight. Those last 2 weren't the best, but he's had some pretty shots.
Elijah Polis with the ball across half court. Lincoln in their road green uniforms. The Lincoln letters in white trimmed in red.
They look good.
Trimmed in white. Polis to Biven. Biven, and I think he's going to get nailed for the charge. Yep.
Yeah, you got that forearm out in front of him a little bit, and they're going to call it every time.
That's right. You get that arm out in front of you like that, and the guy goes down, you're probably going to get nailed. That's Jake Biven's team's third of the first half. Both teams not close to being in the bonus. Peyton Cook, if you just joined us, got 2 early fouls and is sat on the bench. And Markwell took it in the lane. Friedrich up and no good. Around and out. Saucy picks up the rebound. Polis, Saucy, Conway. Back to Polis. Raiders run a little bit of weave. Saucy 3 on the way again. Up, no good. Rebound Friedrich. Bryce Friedrich has been all over the place inside tonight.
Yes, he has.
Heimsness, the basketball. Looks inside to Friedrich again, cutting the Heimsness baseline. Kicks it out to Brown.
Oh.
And Brown got fouled by Conway. He got Conway up in the air, and Jalen came down on him with the left leg.
Yeah, I think he had to put that leg out because he was going around him. That's a good foul.
You're not going to get the layup on.
Yeah.
If I'm going to foul you, I'm going to make sure you don't get the basket.
I'm not going to miss and let you go.
Conway, his first foul, team's fourth. Taylorville inbounds in front of the Lincoln bench. Heimsness out front. Bishnauer, Brown goes inside Friedrich. Friedrich on Hayes. Friedrich really bumping Hayes. Tried to reverse layup. Couldn't get it to go down. And boy, there's a lot of banging going on inside.
They are letting them play inside. That's for sure.
And a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Joe, we've seen games get physical before, and sometimes some of the kids will get frustrated. They'll start getting what Jeff Benjamin used to call chippy out there.
Yeah, a little chippy.
Yeah, but the Friedrich kid, he's a big boy, and he's been in there banging and gets pretty good position inside, I got to say, on offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you know what? It's the officials are good at it, are doing a good job right now. It's kind of going both ways. They're bumping around inside. They're kind of letting them play. I like it.
And the folks at home, Taylorville's been set up a lot of in what I'd call a 2-1-2 offense against a 1-2-2 defense. Always got their, and it's pretty much spread the floor. So they kick it inside and find a cutter or find somebody open somewhere. When the defense collapses, they've done a really good job against the Lincoln defense.
Well, I don't know who called that timeout. I missed it. Who called that?
I don't know. I think it may have been Taylorville.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering who was calling it and what for. Here we go.
57-9 to go here in the first half. Possession arrow favors Taylorville. Pilot's going to take it down the lane and didn't get the call. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to go off of Friedrich and go back to Lincoln.
He did take it right down the lane. It was up there. Thought he might get the foul.
Took it right at him, too. Polis looking for the cutter. Kicks it out front to Camden Nelson. Cam to Sassi. In the corner, Hayes. Out front, Biven. Now to Polis. Let's see if Lincoln will play for the last shot here in the first half. Looks like they're going to, with Polis pulling it out past the volleyball line. Taylorville content to stand there and let Lincoln run the clock down. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, Luke Markwell is covering Camden Nelson like a blanket right now.
Well, they know the shooter, don't they?
Yep. Well, Polis is going to start the offense, and Taylorville commits the foul. Foul's going to be on Will Bishnauer, grabbing Polis.
Quick?
Yep.
Gosh. Let's go, Polis.
Elijah Polis will inbound the basketball right in front of our table. Looks for the cutter. Ball intercepted by Heimsness. Looking for Biven. Here comes Heimsness. Kicks it out Bishnauer. Bishnauer long three in front of the Taylorville student section. No good. Friedrich up for the rebound. And I think the foul's going to go against Lincoln's Drew Hayes.
I thought they were going to call him over the back with the board.
I'm not sure how that. Drew Hayes had position inside. We don't want to sound like a homer, but Drew Hayes did have position inside. Went up, and Friedrich was behind him. Friedrich fell down, and Hayes got called for the foul.
We can sound like a homer, can't we?
No.
He's a good free throw shooter.
Bryce Friedrich nails the first free throw. Closes the gap to 1 point. 21-20, the Lincoln lead. 2.7 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, that hurt. We held for the last shot and ended up letting them take it.
Bryce Friedrich up, second one, back of the iron, no good. Battled on the floor for the rebound. Brown threw it up, nearly got the bucket. And at the end of one half, it's Lincoln 21, Taylorville 20. Let's send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with the Schneider Chiropractic Ground Incorporated halftime show. Jay Hart and Joe Ryan back here at Taylorville. It's the Ground Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. Joe, an entertaining first half, if nothing else.
Absolutely. This has been a very entertaining game. Getting up and down the court, and like we talked about earlier, I didn't expect that from Taylorville. Maybe that's how they're playing this year, but it certainly, for the most part, may have caught Lincoln off guard a little bit because they are getting up and down the court on them. I bet they're talking about that right now, wouldn't you say?
I think so. Going back to the ME Realty list of the game, look, you want a listing, do it at merealty.com. Joe, we talked about Peyton Cook in foul trouble, and unfortunately he got in foul trouble. We talked about turning the basketball over, which I didn't think we did that much in the first half. I'd like to see a stat sheet, but
I don't think we did.
We didn't have that many real turnovers in the first half. And our offensive production, we got good looks at the basket. We just didn't get some shots to go down. One thing that has to concern Coach is the fact that Taylorville was able to push the ball and get behind our defense so easily on rebounds.
And I think that was the big thing. Being wide open in the corner for those threes, and he was. He missed. I don't know what he went. What do you think he went? 3 for 6, maybe?
I think so. That'd be about right.
So him being open, I know that's going to aggravate him. And just they've had trouble with the press. Maybe twice. They turned the ball over in the press.
Yeah, in the second quarter, midway about through the second quarter, we were able to get a couple steals off. They didn't get the ball as much inside to the Friedrich kid, but we didn't cover sometimes the Bischnauer kid when he got open outside.
And they have played a tough man-to-man on Lincoln. They've been all over the place, bumping. And
if you folks at home are watching, it's very physical.